Hey, lovies, this is Robin Angela from the Heart of Robin Angela podcast. So, welcome back to episode number 2. If you haven't checked out episode number 1, I encourage you to check it out because it talks about why I wanted to create this podcast in the first place and what the Heart of Robin Angela really means to me. So, go check that out. And also, I'm going to say this towards the end of the podcast too, but I just want to say, check me out every single Friday in the month of August on my Facebook page, Brown Bird Events. And I'm going to be talking about I'm engaged now. So if you're newly engaged, right, or you've been engaged for a while, maybe you're a family member, a friend, you're in the wedding party, and you just want information about this process, listen, please, please, please watch this every Friday. Just just for the month of August at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am going to be giving out for free relevant information to process after you get engaged. Because so many people get engaged, they're excited, and they're like, now what? What do I do now? Well, listen, I have some key takeaways. And again, I said this information is for free, but I'm only giving it out in the month of August. It's something you don't want to miss. Please, please. Also, if you look at my Brown Bird Events Facebook page, you will see, oh, in Instagram as well, you will see that this video is already posted. So I was not at first going to post the video, but I've decided to keep that information out to the public for free because it's not something that I actually want to do. I want your process to be smooth, to be happy, to be joyful, to be relevant, to be dynamic, and to be all that you want it to be. But I find a lot of times people just don't have the information. So again, every Friday on my Facebook page, Brown Burn Events, check me out, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. Why does every couple need a wedding coordinator for their special day? So I have my notes. If you know me, I'm a note girl. Most of my notes are electronic, but let's get into it. I have my Girl Power stationery, and I'm going to talk about at least 5 takeaways and why you need a wedding coordinator for your special day, meaning your wedding. But let's get into it. Let's start off point with number 1. So, number 1, you need to enjoy your day. Let's make it simple. You need to be able to enjoy your day. So, for example, there's a lot of things that go on during the day, but even when I got married, I realized quickly, oh my gosh, it went they went away so quick. You wake up and you're excited. Some of us are tired because we stayed up the night before, but nevertheless, the day goes by quickly. It could be years, months of planning. It doesn't matter. The day always goes, and then you're wondering like, oh, I wish I could bask in it. I can retain it. I can keep it, but you can't. All you have is, memories, whether it's, a digital footprint of memories, um, digital plus the memories in the brain. Again, first point is you want to be able to enjoy your day. So a wedding coordinator allows you to actually step back and not have to be your own boss for that. You're the boss all the way up into, but believe it or not, whoever you choose as your wedding coordinator, it's their show. And I know that's like, wait a minute, Robin, that doesn't sound right. I'm the boss. Yeah, you are the boss. But if you're out there enjoying, if you're out there doing it, two stepping, dancing, first dance, first look, and whatnot, you don't have time to be managing everybody around you. Your primary purpose is really to celebrate your love that was already existing in a formalized, which is the wedding, right? You're taking your vows and you're making it quote official. Because everybody at that point knows about your love. We are familiar with your love. All we're doing is come together in a formalized fashion celebrating your love, right? So you want to make sure after all that planning, all that money, all those blood, sweat, tears that you're actually enjoying your day. Are you with me? Thanks. All right, number two, you've invested financially. You spent thousands of dollars on different areas of your wedding. So let's just break down some of those areas. You hired a videographer, photographer, cinematographer. That is really popular now. Meaning, if you're a cinematographer, you're basically making your wedding a movie, which is really neat. I've seen a lot of the movie wedding videos, and they are awesome to watch. They intrigue people from start to finish. So we have that. Maybe you want to hire a DJ, a band, or possibly a combination of them both. That costs money. That's a part of a financial investment. Your favorite hairstylist, your favorite barber, your makeup artist. We have nails, right? We have feet. I don't know. We need a body wax. Or maybe we're getting tanned, or maybe you're getting whatever on your body, some type of like a special massage. All that is a financial investment. It's part of your debt. Do you know that the venue coordinator and the couple, they have a contract among them? They have a contract of what time the venue is going to open, whether it's for the reception, whether it's for the ceremony, or both. Because, like I said, ceremony can be separate. For some people, they have a church wedding, or maybe they want to get married at a particular location because of the views, the ambiance, what it offers. But then they have to travel 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes to the reception site. So I need to know, as a wedding planner, how all that is going to look like and fall in line each part. And I asked you couples of questions. You think you have. No, ma'am, no, sir. You don't have to. You don't. Because your day, you're going to be focused on other stuff. You should be focused on your love and enjoying the time with your guests. That's it. That's your only responsibility, is to be lovey dovey that. So you don't have time to be saying, hey, bridal party, next we have to go here. And by 4:15 we need to be here. And by 5 o'clock is cocktail hour. And by 6 o'clock, the reception, you don't have time for that. So again, a major thing that comes with any wedding coordinator such as myself or any other professional, we have to curate a timeline and we need business by the time. It's one thing what we do with our own personal time. When I'm off the clock, that's one thing. But when I always say that when I'm on the clock with the client, oh no, we we have to run it like a show type thing. Okay, so that's one of the things we can do. So that was number three. Number four is managing vendors. I can go in the wedding industry. I tell you, wedding vendors is a topic I try not to laugh at, but sometimes I'm in threads or different chats, and I'm like, why don't y'all just take out the boxing gloves and get it done? Because this is a hot mess. There's no way that there should be so much drama in the wedding industry, but as they say, weddings and funerals are the two events that seem to make people just act out of character. And my style, each wedding coordinator has a style, but my style, I am more like firm but loving, kind, big sister who's gonna, kind of give you that nut. I believe everybody is grown. Let me say it for the back. Everybody is grown. You're gonna do what you're going to do. I'm not here to micromanage you. When our mutual client, when our mutual client hires me to make sure that I can oversee myself and my team from start to finish to make sure the day is running smooth, then we need to work as a team. I'm not here to wedding police you, but I am here to make sure what you said you had contracted down with you and our mutual client is taking place, not the police. Stop right there for a second so I can let that marinate. And I think some of us, just a little sidebar, we have to work on sensitivities in the wedding industry. I know, listen, I've seen it. I've had comments spoken to me. I've seen comments spoken to these other vendors. And unless you have a cool head, a cool heart, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not the wedding industry is not for the weak. And I say that respectfully. It is not for the weak. Like you have to have some tough skin. But at the same time, I'm here to unify us as a team. We're working together as a team. But a lot, not a lot, all that falls on me and all the other wedding professional wedding coordinators at the end of the day. So what I do about a month ahead of time, for example, I introduce myself. Hi, my name is Robin, and this is my team. Here's the timeline. Give the timeline. If anybody has any type of hi, my name is Robin. This is my team. And here is the timeline attached. If anybody has any type of conflict and they see that they're supposed to be here at a certain time, but they could be there earlier or later, or Robin, could you take into consideration for makeup? We need an extra 20 minutes. Adjustments, all that can be made ahead of time, right? So there's really no need for a bunch of drama on the wedding day. Everybody should be professional. And why am I taking time? Because this is all the stuff that a professional wedding coordinator is going to handle. Not auntie, not uncle, not cousin. They're not going to be able to do all this. They're just not. And I want to say, even with the type A, still type A or not, you still need to be knowledgeable enough about vendor management to know what you're doing. You still need to be on the kind side, yet firm enough, if that makes sense. It has to be a balance. But if I come in all guns a blazing, and people will say, well, I don't want to work with her anymore. If I'm too soft, they're like, well, I don't want to work with her because she lets everything go. So that balance of, hey, this is not personal, but right. But anyway, so adjustments are made in that timeline, and your time must be managed. So that month ahead, that's the time to get all the kinks out. And the day of, we should be able to run because we already did a wedding rehearsal. I've already done my walkthrough. I even have people email or text message me once they get on site live. And I'm talking about vendors. So I know where they're at. I know what time, according to the timeline that I created, that they're here on time. And I can tell if somebody is missing. Okay. So, anyway, that is the time management work. The timelines are important. The timeline alone is gold. So if you wonder why, I'm just putting this in there. If you wonder why your wedding coordinator maybe is charging 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Of course, it's based off the location, complexity of what your wedding coordinator is doing that day, the guest count, um, the location. All those things matter when it comes to, we call traditionally day of coordination. A lot of wedding coordinators do not like to use the term day of coordination. A lot of them use month of coordination. A lot of people use uh, wedding planner, or no, not wedding planner, partial wedding planner is what I meant to say, partial wedding. So it has different names, but again, that timeline is gold. Why am I taking my time to talk about this timeline thing? Because this is one of the biggest tools we use to make sure your day runs smooth. I always tell my clients it's not if, it's when. There is going to be fires, but they'll be hidden from you. Let me run that back for the back. It is not if, it's when. There's always going to be fires, but it's our job to put them out. So remember, I said that yin and yang, that kind and firm, that we need all that for that day. So last point I have is being an advocate for today. So I'm gonna spend a little time on this because I have heard wedding horror stories. I have seen some moments in weddings where I'm like, oh my gosh, right? It's only so much a wedding coordinator can say or is considered borderline. But I truly am, I believe, and I do believe a lot of other wedding planners, coordinators, consultants believe this. We are your advocates. There's a lot of unruly behavior out there, and I don't know why. And like I said earlier, the weddings and funerals seem to bring out the nasty, the ugly, the bossy, the I'm this to the bride, or I'm that to the groom, or I'm that to the couple. Like it gets real, you can get real catty and real. People can get possessed over other people. Well, I've known the couple since they were 6 years old. So, and listen, VIPs, we love you. We understand. We know we're all every. They wouldn't have had this one. They wanted to invite all the special important people in their life. So nobody needs to really boast about who they are. But what people fail to realize, we are hired really as advocates for the couple for that day. That is why I have to educate every now and then when somebody says, "Oh, my wedding coordinator is included in the venue package." Most times, and I'm being honest, not being combative, most times it is not. Not when we break down. I'm talking about really break down logistically what we do as a venue coordinator versus a wedding planner. Sometimes they may seem like they overlap. I get that. That does not mean we are doing the exact same duty. We're not. We're just simply not. And so if you want to find out exactly who does what, when you're looking for your wedding coordinator and you already have your venue, just say you already have your venue, find out exactly on paper what your venue does, what they offer. Find out from your wedding coordinator what they offer. If I'm putting out fires on behalf of you, that is not something the venue is doing. At the end of the day, yes, the venue is providing it. Listen, we couldn't do it without venue coordinators. Let me stop and say that. We love venue coordinators at Brown Bird Event because we have separate duties. And there's so much help. I have worked with some amazing, amazing venue coordinators. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. But at the same time, there was a knowledge up front when I've had meetings with every last one of them, what myself and my team will be doing versus what they would be. Even if couple needs to cry on my shoulder, vent, they might be that angry they're cursing a little. I am that person that's going to be backing in this way. They might say to me, listen, my aunt is getting on my last nerve. Is there a way you can get her out right this week? And I know how to take it from there. I know how to respectfully say, hey, friend, just say it, Sarah. Sarah loves you. Sarah appreciates you. I know you love Sarah and she looks amazing. But at this time, we're going to give Sarah a little bit of privacy. You will see her soon. Sarah, thanks you for your support. Thanks you for all the love. But right now, we're asking everybody to leave this week so she can have some time to herself. And so maybe if you get your cousin to do it, she might go to Auntie directly. Auntie Sarah says you have to get out. And I'm not saying that is what. does it ever have to come down to that? I want you to see how versed you have to be, how professional you have to be as a wedding coordinator and know what to do. Because what they don't tell you, I don't care if you have your CSEP or you don't have your CSEP, and that's your certified special ed. Having your CSEP just means you're a certified special event, right? And you have done a certain you have done a certain number of weddings and special events in your verse. So whether you have it or not, that's one thing, but you still have to be versed. You still have to know how to talk to people, how to gauge a room, because there's a lot of things that go on. There's a lot of things that go on the wedding day. I don't know what it is, but it is from start to finish. You have to have a right word at the right time, at the right moment, or else it could be drama. I would like to say everybody has always treated me fairly, most people, but I've had some moments where I'm like, let me pray, let us pray. Because, Lord, I'm not playing. And I'm thinking in my head, this lady has 5 more seconds. But hey, as a part of professional, here's the deal. We didn't come here for the drama. We can't fight, but we can't curse people out. We can't call them out their name. We can't do that. We're professionals. People hired us for professional behavior. So all that, although we might think all those things at once, you need somebody who's going to advocate for you in a way that is professional. Oh, did my client get the cocktails that they were wanting? Maybe it's cocktail hour and they're still taking pictures. But my client said they want 2 cocktails apiece, or maybe it's mocktails, whatever they're drinking, put their stuff to the side, and they want every single hors d'oeuvre that they paid for not only everybody else, but for them. Who's advocating for them to make sure they're eating, make sure they're hydrating, make sure they have everything that they need. That is us as a wedding coordinator. That's not going to be the job of the wedding coordinator. And so when you look at talk about investment, it's back to investment first. I'm going to show you this how this all ties. Yes, the wedding industry is hot. I'm not going to lie to you. Rob and Angela is not going to lie to you in that arena. I'm just not going to do it. I can't tell you that it's just a cheap industry. It is not. It is considered a luxury industry overall, meaning it's not a must that you have one. It's a want that you have. But for some people, since it's a must for them to get what I'm saying, the pricing is going to be high. The demand, the hours of preparation that go into it, and that's all wedding vendors. Before we even hit the wedding day, it warrants a higher amount of money. Even your makeup artist is using different products for that day because your makeup is taking long. And I see a lot of forums, and let me just say this. I'll say this for the back. You spend your money on what you want to spend it on. You are grown. You like it, I love it. I love that for you, friend. I do. However, you can't demand in business that other people come down to where you're at in price. Well, normally they would only charge me $250 for a beat, or normally it's only $100 for a beat, 75. Why is she charging 500? Friend, she has to travel first of all an hour just to get to you. She has to, and people understand, they still have to buy products themselves before they even get to you. That eyeliner, top quality, and I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm into makeup, so I know. Listen, Maybelline versus some of the higher brands, and I love you, Maybelline. That's not a a put down. But I'm saying, and Maybelline has some really nice makeup. Go check them out because I want to make sure I'm showing Maybelline love. What I'm saying is using Maybelline versus maybe a higher quality brand that's going to stay longer. You want to be peer proof. Sometimes the makeup artist is staying for touch up because it's hot outside, or maybe you're prone to sweating inside the building. Got to do a touch up. They pay gas money to get there. Maybe they pay tolls. All that goes into a pricing and all the preparation. And maybe they're doing, and I'm sorry, I think it's called a trial with the makeup artist. So maybe they're doing their trials. That costs money. That makeup is not free. So I just want people to understand again how the financial aspect is tying all these subjects together. Like you have to be able, you have to be able to pick a wedding coordinator that's going to reflect on it. Sometimes they cost more, but I guarantee in most times they are worth it. And I pray that's your experience. Most of us wedding coordinators have had hiccups, and that's the truth. We try to chill them so much. There are times when we're like, listen, hands can be tied at times. They can. But even then, we still have to pivot, prosper, and make a way for our clients day to shine no matter what. No matter what, we have to get it done. That's what we get paid for. So just so you know, that's why the wedding industry prices are high. They have so many different layers from preparation to the day of, and even to the breakdown. They still have to drive back to locations, unpack, etc., and get ready for their next client. Okay. So why is it important that you choose a great wedding coordinator? And just to go over the points again, one, to enjoy your day. Two, you invested financially. So you want the outcome to be great. Three, you need a coordinator to manage timeline, to manage that time from start to finish. Four, you need to be able to manage those vendors in a loving way, not boss, not belittle, not tell them what they're doing is wrong. Because if they, let me stop here for a second. If they don't know what they were doing all along, is no point in even hiring, right? And number five, to advocate for the couple. We work for you. We work for you. We're hired by you to make sure your day is running absolutely smooth. And we want to see that. We want to see We want to see success. We want to see the tears. We want to see the sweat from you dancing so hard and you just um, grinning from ear to ear. We want to see that. We want to see, for which I've had times, mother-in-law just coming up to me, Robin. Oh my gosh, you did an amazing job, and the night is not over. But I wanted to get this episode for you because, again, I like getting information out to people. Don't want to gatekeep it. I want your date. Even if you don't go with me, find your wedding coordinator. Have them do a proposal, have them do a discovery call first, and then a proposal, and then follow up. But always do your homework. See who you're getting. Because everybody doesn't match what they're doing on paper. So they might be great on paper, but horrible in person. But anyway, that is the conclusion of this episode today. I always like to say, if nobody told you that you were loved today, I love you and God loves you. I want you to have an amazing week. I'll see some of you on Friday. And thank you for joining the Heart of Robin Angela. Have an amazing day.